All right, everybody, welcome back. We are diving deep today, and we're looking at automated software testing.
Yeah.
You know how software is everywhere, right?
Yeah.
And every piece of software needs to be tested and tested thoroughly.
Right.
But it used to be that, like, someone had to sit there and, like, click every button
Go.
and make sure everything worked, but things are changing.
Absolutely.
It's getting way more high-tech.
Yeah.
And so this document that we are diving deep on today is called Texto Pagado,
Okay.
and it talks all about automated software testing.
Sounds fascinating.
It is fascinating. I mean, it really is.
Yeah.
Like less person clicking buttons and more smart systems doing the heavy lifting.
Right.
And one of the things that really surprised me in this document was the use of virtual machines.
Oh, yeah. VMs?
Yeah, VMs. I didn't really think about that.
Yeah, that's a really cool application, actually.
Yeah, so we're going to dig into all of that.
All right, let's do it.
So one of the things that the document talks about is how important it is that automated testing analyzes the data.
Uh-huh.
And it talks about how it compares the expected results with the actual outcomes.
Yeah.
And that it does it like super fast.
Much faster than a human.
Way faster than a human could ever do.
Right.
So can you walk me through a little bit about how that works?
Sure.
Like let's say I have like a banking app.
Okay.
How is the software being tested?
So imagine like you are making a deposit, you're transferring money, you're paying a bill.
Right.
All of these different transactions are happening at the same time with the banking app. Automated testing basically takes every single possible scenario that could happen with all these transactions and just throws it at the software.
Okay.
And it's not just about the math adding up, right? It's not just about does this transaction go through or not.
Right.
It's looking at the security of it. Is there any vulnerability here? Are there any loopholes? Could somebody hack this?
Oh, wow.
And then the system will flag any issues for the developers to go back and fix.
So like having a little security guard in there.
Yeah, a super-powered auditor that never sleeps.
Yeah. That never sleeps. That's a great way to put it.
Yeah.
That's a great way to put it. Now, you mentioned VMs a minute ago.
Yes.
Virtual machines. So I get that they're like little mini computers.
Yeah, like a computer within a computer.
Right.
Yeah.
But why are they so important for this kind of testing?
Okay, so think about it this way. You're developing a game.
Okay.
And you want this game to be able to work on Windows. You want it to work on Mac OS.
Yeah.
Maybe even a couple different versions of Linux.
Right.
Back in the day, you would need a separate physical machine for each one of those operating systems.
Could test it on.
Right.
Yeah.
Now with virtual machines, you can have like a mini testing lab all on one computer.
Oh, wow.
And each virtual machine is simulating a different operating system.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
So it's not just testing the software.
Right.
It's testing it in every possible environment that it could be run in.
Every possible environment.
Wow.
So you could even test on different versions of Windows, like Windows 10, Windows 11, or even older versions if you needed to.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So you don't have to go out and buy like, 10 different computers to test everything.
You could have one powerful server.
Right.
And have 10 virtual machines all running on that one server.
Wow.
And, the document talks about how that is so much more cost effective.
Oh, I bet.
So instead of buying all of that hardware and all of the software licenses and having to power all those machines and have the physical space for them, you can maybe get away with, 70% savings on the hardware alone.
Wow, that's incredible. But what about security?
Oh, yeah.
If you have all of these different operating systems and they're all on one server, doesn't that make it more vulnerable?
It seems counterintuitive, but actually the document really emphasizes the fact that the isolation that virtual machines provide is a huge security advantage. So if you think about it like a sandbox.
Okay.
So each virtual machine is like its own little sandbox. And if one of those virtual machines gets infected with malware or it crashes during testing, it's not going to affect any of the other virtual machines.
Oh, wow.
Or your main system.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So it really does protect you.
It contains it.
Yeah. So it was like a little safety net.
Absolutely.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Now, the document also mentions something called CI/CD. What is that?
So CI/CD stands for Continuous Integration and Continuous Delivery. It's a way to automate the entire software development process.
Oh, wow.
From the moment the code is written to testing it to deploying it out to users.
Wow.
And virtual machines fit in perfectly with this because they can be integrated right into those automated workflows.
Okay.
So a developer pushes some new code.
Uh-huh.
The system spins up a bunch of virtual machines to run all the tests.
Okay.
If everything passes, then the code is deployed.
Wow. And so this is all happening automatically.
Ideally, yes.
Wow. So you don't need someone sitting there like hitting the button
Not in the ideal scenario.
to make sure that everything's working.
No.
It's all just happening in the background.
Right.
That's amazing. So VMs are super flexible.
Yeah.
But is there anything that they can't do?
Well, while they are great for a lot of things, they're not necessarily a one-size-fits-all solution.
Okay.
Sometimes using containerization might be a better option, especially for applications that are more lightweight.
Got it.
But for complex testing scenarios where you need that full operating system environment, virtual machines are definitely the way to go.
Yeah. I mean, it's amazing to think that this technology has revolutionized software testing.
Yeah, it really has.
And it makes me wonder, like, how else could it be applied, beyond testing?
Yeah.
Like, we think about 3D printing. It used to be just for making prototypes and stuff.
Right.
But now they're printing human organs. Could VMs have breakthroughs like that in other fields?
I don't see why not.
Yeah.
The ability to create those isolated computing environments, it could be really useful in things like scientific research.
Oh, yeah.
Data analysis, even creative fields like filmmaking.
Wow. The possibilities are endless.
Pretty much.
Well, for anyone listening out there who works with software or just uses software, VMs are like the unsung heroes.
Behind the scenes.
They're making sure that your apps are working.
That they're safe.
That they're secure, and that they're up to date.
Absolutely.
So thank you for joining us on this deep dive into the world of automated software testing.
And virtual machines.
And virtual machines. We will see you next time.
Bye, everybody.